Okay, guys. I can't exactly remember where I was during the last before the video stopped. So I'm going to start at verse 6. And he shall put down the countenance of the strong, and it shall fill them with shame, and darkness shall be their dwelling, and worms shall be their bed, and they shall have no hope of rising from their beds, because they do not extol the name of the Lord of Spirits. The Lord of Spirits is Yahweh. And these are those who judge the stars of heaven and raise their hands against the Most High and tread upon the earth and dwell upon it. And their deeds manifest unrighteousness, and the power rests upon their riches. And their faith is in the gods which they have made with their hands, and deny the name of the Lord of Spirits. Now the gods which they have made with their hands get into the Testament of Solomon. That's the builders of the temple. That's who the Freemasons worship, and that's who runs the country. And they're also in league with the Vatican too. They worship the builders of the temple. Also, another thing that you guys really need to know. Okay, there is a sect of Jews, the largest sect of Jews, who does not speak Hebrew. They speak a language called Yiddish, and it's a combination of 4 different languages. Anyway, they're not true Jews. They're the Jews that are there now. Now, there are actually true Jews here in America that flew from World War II. I happen to be one of them. And there's also some tablets been found. I think it was in Michigan, where a chief his name was Mahanti, and he said that he had been in America for 1,200 years, and he was one of the tribes of Israel. And also, there's another tribe in Africa, an actual priest tribe, that the genes is related to Aaron. And guess what they are? They're black people, guys. So the priests that could hold the ark were black people. And here are all these white people discriminating on blacks. We all bleed red, just like my poster said. That was pretty good, that rhyme. But anyway, let's go to verse 8. And they persecute the houses of his congregation, and the faithful who hang upon the name of the Lord of Spirits. Now, the chosen one is the elect one, is the way it puts it, and God has chosen him. Joseph was also a carpenter. Okay, he was chosen to be Mary's husband. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, really, if your wife come up to you today and was like, "Hey, God gave me a baby from heaven," and you wouldn't question it, I mean, I know I would, and I would definitely question it. I'd be like, "Where's the DNA test?" But anyway, let's get back on point. Trump, carpenter for his father. Okay, and that right there, you can go watch it on the Alfred E. Smith dinner. He admits that he was a carpenter for his father. Okay, and he also puts these people down, that he's been with, doing back deals, and that's why, Washington is scared of him. And also because the Lord of Spirits has chosen him. Now, that doesn't mean that he has to be some kind of righteous man, okay? Because he's not a righteous man. King Nebuchadnezzar was chosen. I mean, it's hard to explain just how deep the Bible goes. I also still think he is the Red Horseman of Death. But at the same time, he's God's chosen, which means to lead America. It's all because America is going to be the jumping off point for the rapture. Okay, I mean, we're going to have a wall around us, and it's going to be just like in the days of Noah. The reason he's building this wall, guys, is not to keep out banned Muslims and all this and other than that. There's going to be 15, 30 foot tall giants trying to bust down our walls and get to us. Do you understand that? I mean, really, go do your research. There's a guy, there's a great show, L.A. Marzulli and Steve Quayle. They got a show, they had a shooter on there where him and his team have been trained for cave fighting in Afghanistan. Okay? Well, where they were being trained, they were telling them to aim 8 and 9 foot high and shoot 8 and 9 foot high, but they wouldn't tell them why. I'm going to make this real short and sweet. Okay, so basically, they go to this cave to where they're at, and his best friend, his name is Dan. You can watch it in the interview. You get really interested. Their series, The Watchers, it really helps you understand the Book of Enoch and who the Watchers are, you know. But anyway, so this giant comes out the cave. He's like 15 foot tall, and with such agility and speed, they said it was like he was like the Incredible Hulk, and just lanced him. And they said the spear on the end of the lance was like 3 foot. Lanced his buddy Dan, and it was holding his buddy up in the air like, you know, some crazy demonic thing. Alright. Well, they ended up shooting. They had to shoot the whole lower part of his face off, and like right through here, because it was the only part that the bullets would penetrate. LVIL, prayer of the righteous, in the blood of the righteous, from the earth before the Lord of spirits. In those days the holy ones who dwell above in the heavens shall unite with one voice and supplicate and pray and pray. Okay. Let's see, where did I get to? And supplicate and praise and give thanks. Bless the name of the Lord of spirits on behalf of the blood of the righteousness which has been shed, and the prayer of the righteous may not be in vain before the Lord of spirits, that judgment may be done unto them, and that they may not have to suffer forever and ever. Okay, pause there for a second. What he's talking about. There's 30,000 guillotines hidden all over American Army bases, okay? And see, what the Vatican wants, and Donald Trump wants this too, I hate to say it, but, you know, just because he's God's chosen does not mean he has to be, you know, some holy person. Anyway, so, I lost my train of thought. That's just great, and I had a great point. Come on, Lord, help me. Okay, I'm just going to continue reading. And in those days I saw the head of days, when he seated himself upon his throne of glory, and the books of the living were opened before him. And all his host which is in heaven above, his counselors, stood before him. And the hearts of the holy were filled with joy, because the number of the righteous had been offered, and the prayer